Right. Okay. Where's my mouse gone? Oh, it's so difficult to get into VR starting without being crazy. Oh, hold on. Wipers. Did I program in wipers? Yeah! Okay, so I've got a job. We're going to be back to our American Truck VR series, which we've left over Christmas. Time to get going with some jobs. I can't even see it. My head's going to be in the monitor now. Chat is on. I think it's working at least. Whoa, dude, where are you going? I tell you what, it's looking really crisp today. I don't know what it is. I'm impressed. Don't think I've changed. Yeah, it could be. I've decided to put the chat straight above me because it's kind of easier just for me to glance up rather than over there, and next thing you know I'm over there. Maybe it's the rain that's washed all the gunk away and it's looking lovely. Looking really smooth. Oh my god. I don't know whether my voice is coming through right. I've moved the mic, so I'll bring it down a bit further. It's kind of off to one side. It's not in the best position, unfortunately, but the mic's quite chunky, so it blocks the sensor if I put it in the wrong place, you know? That's my lights on. So we've only picked up a short job because it was literally, I had to retest. I've just had to reprogram everything back in, pedals, wheel. It's like, what? Why did all my settings go? But, you know, these things happen. They should have been saved because I saved the profile, but clearly I didn't back it up properly. The rain droplets just look a little bit too big for VR. I reckon they need to be... What the devil's going on here? Is this a diversion? Yeah, it's one of their diversions. Guess we're going this way then. Can you squeeze it through? Nah, it's not worth it. It's tempting to see if I can squeeze it through. Well, I think we'll leave that one. Okay, so we're going a different way then. Sucks. Where's the fuel gauge? Whoop, keep an eye on your road. There it is, plenty of fuel in there. I think we're doing good so far. Again, hopefully the volumes and everything are okay. Ooh, a little bit jumpy there. Ooh, whatever that was. to rearrange the head unit. It felt like it was stretching my eyeballs. Whoa! Like it was pulled a little bit too tight around my eyes. Keep it in line. Don't want to be drifting around too much. Well, still haven't upgraded those horns. And my windscreen wipers are still going, and I don't know why. Turn them off. We don't need those. Way station coming up. Hopefully we're not called in. Yeah, we're called in. I ain't that lucky. Oh, we're good to go. The light is green. Yeah, we can get in front of him. No problemo. Right, buttons. What have we got working? What haven't we? Let's try that one. What is that? Oh, okay. Can't quite see what button I'm pressing, which is rather... Oh, there we are. I was pressing the wrong one. I don't know how I was pressing that. So 5 hours 59, 8 hours to do the job. Ah. I did program it on a button, I did remember, so I've got a button there I can program it in on. 285 miles. Excuse me. I'm still tempted by those VR lenses. I need to do a bit of reading up, because when you look at those lenses, they look a little bit smaller than the original Vive lenses. Off-key, how are you doing? Oh, you have to excuse me, can't stop coughing. Look at that sucker, that's definitely green. Hey, buddy! Oh, he's not there. Oh, we were leaving him for dust. And we're pulling off here anyway. Oh, hold on. Trooper. Better behave. I'm all good, thanks. Yeah, I kind of messed up oh my god, earlier. My race room was completely out of sorts. I spent most of the afternoon trying to get it fixed. I think I've got it to where it should be now, but I'll have to try again another day. Ooh, look at that. There's a bit of scenery down there. Trains and works of some form. Fuel-wise, we still got plenty. Oh wow, that looks nice. It's definitely nice being able to just turn your head and look at the scenery. Just as long as you can keep your truck straight, you're okay. I may have to look at seeing if I can turn up the resolution a little bit. See if it'll make things look a little bit crisper. I'll do that on another stream, I think. So what have you been doing the day? Anything exciting? Bit of farming simulator going on by that. Oh wow, that's nice. Cops are out, must be GTA time. Hey, there's a road that goes around the corner here. Who are they trying to kid? I'm just messing. Hey, lazy days, nothing wrong with that. I'm happy with lazy days. I got no problem. I forget where I am on the map. Can't remember the name. Oregon, is that the one? It's one of the new ones. That's not a bad little area. The roads are a little bit more varied over this way. A couple of twisties. There's a big tree on the side of the road. Straight through that one. Sorry, I just think I punched my mic. Wow. Weird when you've got the lighting effects going, you look around, it's like the whole thing's just lit up inside your... I was going to say inside your face, but that just doesn't sound right. Yes, nice. I tell you what, I enjoy American truckers more when I do it in VR. Because obviously the aspect of VR and what have you, if I was comparing side by side, you know, monitor with ETS and ATS, yeah, I'd probably just go for ETS all the time. So I'm kind of glad I do this in VR. I'm hoping to bring this back to the regular slot that I used to do. Or at least once a week. It's just such a pain getting it all rigged in, shall we say. Because I can't keep it permanently mounted because I've got some games that just open straight into VR all the time, which is a pain. But yeah, I started the series just before Christmas and a bit of bad timing really, because when I put the Christmas tree up, it caused too many problems with the sensors. All the lights were bouncing everywhere. So I thought, I'll leave it for now then. Let's have a look at the 3 hours 15, 160 miles left to go, and we're got about just over half a tank remaining, so we're doing good. It's kind of weird in a way because when you use VR, I do miss my dials and dashes that I have. A lot of the buttons, well, that's kind of cool. A lot of the buttons are mapped as well to the button box, and again, I can't see the button box, so I do have to fumble my way around, but it is possible to work a lot of the buttons. A lot of it is muscle memory. Oh, that's a bit quick. Oh wow, this looks really nice. I don't like this. This looks really good. Do you know what? I've never tried Race Room in VR. That's a good point. Part of the problem is game developers need to get into the habit of having two profiles if they're going to do VR and triples, or even VR and monitors, because it's a royal pain in the butt every time to just having to go in, set up for VR, and then the next time you load in, you've got to set up then for your screen. I just find it a royal pain in the butt. Hey Ray, how you doing? Whoop. Go a little bit quick. Whoa, we got to slow down for this one. Oh, we're getting the sunset kicking in. I'm good, thank you. I think I managed to get my race room configured in the end. It took me a long while. It was completely messed up. I sat there in the pits thinking, oh, this looks good, right, let's give it a go. And I was like, I've got no pedals, no buttons. Steering wheel worked, that was good. but I got nothing else. So I had to go through all the options, didn't I? Oh, let's be naughty. So, where are we now? We've got 2 hours 9 to go, 111 miles. You've got to admit, even for a short trip in ATS, it's like a minimum of 5 hours. And their average trip is like 24. Ah, I forgot that I had to reinstall the computer recently, and of course I put all the games back in. I just haven't gone round half my games and reconfigured half the controls, you know, so when I went to Race Room I was like, ah, great, I have messed that one up, Riley. Wow, look at that, that looks really nice in VR, holy crap. That looks really good. And it's annoying as well, in VR I can't get my shifter to work, because if I try using my shifter, it tries to take me out into the VR menu. So I've got to do automatic gearbox until I can fathom a way of the VR menu from not using my shifter. Wow, there's a nice beach area over there. What have we got over there? Oh, look at the road down there. I'd love to go down there. Roads up here are brilliant. It looks like ATS has a few gems. Ah, even this today. ATS, load it in. I hadn't touched it since Christmas, thinking, oh, you know, should be fine. Off you go. And I had to reprogram all the controls for ATS. I was like, what? Oh, because I know that I backed up my controls. And I just copied and pasted it back in. But nope, didn't want to work. Oh, that's really different. I like that. Kind of glad I come around here in the sunset as well. I was just wondering if that was a road you could go up. I hate it when they got nice looking roads and then they block them off. No, no hiding now, off key. Yeah, but do you have to configure? So if that's the thing I haven't tried, I'll have to try it. I know with some games, if you launch it, you still got to configure. I'll have to try that. I'll try launching into VR one day and see what it's like, and see whether I have to change their the settings for VR in the game itself. Hopefully I don't, because I hate messing around with different settings. Wow, that's nice. I'm going to be naughty. I want to have a look. Wow, that's pretty cool. I'm actually enjoying the scenery around here for a change. I'll give it a go one day. I tried Dirt Rally again in VR, and that's a royal pain because Dirt Rally isn't fully supported in Steam. It was originally designed for Oculus, so you kind of have to hack at the files just to get it to work. It is possible, but when you do that, I can't load it on triples. So I gave it a go again. I thought, yeah, you know, this is great, but I prefer VR. I prefer Rally in screens rather than VR. And I don't know why, but it looked slower, like the car was slower in VR than it did in on the screen, which is strange. We get nighttime. I hate driving the truck at nighttime. That's easier on the eyes. Look, I've look, the text up above makes it look like I've got a lamp on side inside the truck. Oh my god, that's bright. Oh, that's better. I'm tempted to overtake, but I don't know. What have we got left? There's my buttons. 49 minutes. We should be there shortly. Come on, don't slow down. Come on. Hopefully you're not looking at the roof of the truck and you are actually seeing what I'm seeing. All too often that messes up for me. I'm sitting here talking away going, God, that looks really nice, and everybody else can see a roof or the floor. Right, fuel is dead on halfway, so we should be good, really. What did I say it was? 100 now? Oh no, 26. Got that wrong. Good, good. Glad to hear it. So what are you going to get up to, Ray? You going to get onto some streaming, or are you just chilling for the evening? Nah, this is a single player. This is my I just do single player and just build up a profile. This one's a profile started from scratch, so I'm just slowly building it up. Oh, morning, eh? All I've got is school run and work. Oh, the joy. Oh, what's the traffic by here for? Got an achievement. Woohoo! Love racking up those achievements, that's for sure. Right then, so we need to be turning by here. No, we don't. I think we turn next one down. That's confusing. Yeah, because that's a dead end. Hello. Oi, oi! Looks pretty good in here. Not sure about the door cards and stuff. Drinks holder. I've got to be careful. I'll be tempted to put my coffee there, drop it, it'll be over the floor. Right. Where the hell's the road? It's pitch black. It's there. I couldn't see it. Where are we? Down this way? Right, where's my mouse? Let's try and park it, shall we? Where do we... Should be a straightforward run. Oh, you're saying that. It's right in between that lot. Oh, what? Need to take a wider turning. Got to remember, these things don't have the turning circle of the European ones. I think I'm going to go this way. Right, line it up. Swing out. Oh no, what wheel is this then? Come on. Get in, you know you wanna. No, that's not turning, is it? Holy moly. No, that just doesn't want to turn. I cannot see out of that mirror. Yeah, completely the wrong way. Right, I need some assistance. Can I see better at that mirror? Usually I can park fine. Today, not gonna happen. How did my parking brake get on? Well, that needs to go right the way around, doesn't it? That's why. Come on. Turn. That's the only problem with VR. The mirrors are so far away I can hardly see them. And of course the resolution isn't brilliant. Right. That's a Thrustmaster wheel. Even the basic Thrustmaster wheel is pretty good from what I understand. It's probably as good as, if not better than, the G29. It's probably quieter than a G29, that's for sure, because they're quite loud. Where are we? That's the trailer button. Entrepreneur. What are we on? 370. We need a lot more than that. Quick jobs. I'm going to go for short runs today, so we're not going to be making too much money, but we're not going to do oversized loads. I want to try and keep the jobs kind of up north. At the end of the day, any wheel's going to be good as long as it gets you back into the racing. That's the main thing. Arizona's going to be kind of like California. Just got some mortar. We've got another Oregon run. What's that? 7 hours. Just shy of 10. Might do that one actually. Looks rather tempting. I'm not sure about the colour of it, but hey, you can't choose. Well, check it out. Right, let's park in. Let's get these mirrors off a second. Have a little check out the dash. There's a fuel gauge just underneath the back of the wheel there. Checking out the trucks. Head out. Oh, look at that with the lights on. That looks cool. Right, looks like we're going this way first. It's a tricky one. Some people absolutely love VR. Don't get me wrong, if you want the experience, the experience of VR is worth it. Would I play my games in VR 100% of the time? Probably not, because it does get hot. The Vive, I'm using the Vive, it's probably the heavier one. A lot of people who are into the racing sims say, well, they probably would go for the Oculus more than anything. If I was going to buy a VR unit now, I would probably try and import the Samsung one. If you wanted to try VR and you didn't want to splash out, you could have a look at the Lenovo Explorer. I've seen them for £200 and less. If you could, if you can find VR comfortable, hold on, my light's not even on. Jesus. If you find VR comfortable, you definitely need a fan. I need to install my fan again. That would feel a lot better then. Because there's some guys out there who only race in VR. Personally, I don't know how they do it. If I had, say, the same resolution as my monitors in front of my eyes in terms of what I perceive, oh crap, then yeah, I would definitely use VR more. I'm doing this series because I want to use the headset more, because I've had it since launch. It's barely used, to be honest. Yeah, it does, especially like now where it's dark. If I put the lights on full, I mean, that looks crazy, that does. Then the glow that comes off is like, oh my god. I mean, I can tone it down. I can go into the Steam launcher for VR, and there's a night mode which dims the panels down. But it's not very good when it comes to streaming because everything looks really flat and boring. Just realised that train was silent. I didn't hear a thing from that. I think it's very much a personal preference. I wouldn't sit here and say VR is worth it, because not everybody is going to get on with VR. I mean, to give you an example, like I did do it rally the other day with VR, and that's one of the few games that does make me sick. I can only do about an hour of it, and then it's like, oh, I gotta hurl. Oh, absolutely. I remember playing a racing game called Revs on the Commodore 64. If you have a look at that now in the videos, it's like, how the hell did I manage to get that, or what looks like an F1 car, barely, really it just looked a mess of pixels, around a so-called circuit. That's not too bad. I mean, like trucking now, it's hard to see around here. ETS, ATS, as far as I'm aware, you can't be running pro mods. Every time I've loaded pro mods, it crashes out. So as long as you're using the base game, I don't know if you can use other maps, it should work. It's perfectly fine driving around in ETS. Resolution's low, but you're going to expect that. If your PC's up to scratch, you know, you can boost the resolution slightly. Well, you know, this isn't far off the 64 when you think about it. Nah, it's obviously a lot better. I'm hoping this gets the daytime. Oh wow, look at that. Is that a lighthouse or something? What the hell's that supposed to be? Oh yeah, lighthouse. Don't think I've seen one of them in ETS. I think it comes down to budget at the end of the day. You know, if you're toying with the idea of VR, I think the best entry-level VR is going to be, you know, for a 200 or less, is going to be something like the Lenovo Explorer. For what I understand, it's supposed to be okay. If you want to get into mainstream VR, then probably the Oculus, because that's slightly cheaper at $350. It's hard to recommend the Vive because the price is still so high. I think it's still around $400-500 mark. If it dropped down to say $350, then it's a direct competition. And again, it depends what you want to use it for. If it's purely for racing, then I would probably say go for the Oculus, because single-seated experience is probably going to be better. But if you were going to do more than just racing, I would probably say, right, well, for the room scale, probably better off with the Vive, because the room scale is just superior. Steam VR, I don't know, that's a new head unit coming out, so I don't think it's had a price yet. If it has, I haven't seen it. You can always look at the second-hand market and see what price you can pick up a second-hand Oculus, or even a second-hand Vive. I was tempted to get a Samsung, or what's it called, Odyssey Plus, which is like a £500-600 unit, but they don't do them in the UK. You've got to import them in, and by the time you've imported them in, you're looking at least another £100-200 on top. So I thought, you know what, I don't use VR enough to warrant purchasing a unit of that price. So I thought, well, I've already got the Vive, it's pointless me selling it. I might as well try and use it, because if I don't use it, I will sell it. So this is why I'm doing the ATS VR now, to see if I can get the use out of it. Because I admit, you know, it's nice coming into VR, it's great having the experience of being surrounded by the world it creates, you know, the truck, the environment. But when you go back to your screen and you go, whoa, you know, I've got a nice crystal clear screen, everything's really vibrant, there's lots of detail in the distance, you know, there's pluses and minuses for both systems. for me, VR won't replace my triples until they can create a VR experience that matches what my screens do in terms of resolution. As soon as that happens, it'll be a lot easier to be using VR all day long. You know, those guys who use VR at, 2 hours of time driving, hats off, because I can't do that all day long, day in, day out. Yeah, it is a big change. It's probably easier to transition from single to triple than it would be, say, VR to triple. You know, it depends on what you've been using the most. If you've been using VR all the time, oh, lovely horn. Some nice scenery down there, looking over the bridge, whatever this is. I love it when I do that. Oh, hold on. Well, that's full beam. That's off. Okay. I think I was blinding everybody. Now, definitely, triple is definitely, a worthwhile investment. It's far more usable than, say, VR is. And the problem is as well, games like ATS and ETS, they're not written from the ground up to utilize VR. They're converted to use VR, so they don't run the best. It does take a demanding PC because you do have to lower the resolution or the textures, the graphics settings down for some people. Even now with my settings, I've still got some of the settings turned down to try and get the best frame rate. Because if you don't hit that 90 hertz, it really does kill your eyes, Mackie, show some fries. It's... I don't think a lot of people are going. I think a lot of people want to try it and see what it will do for them, and if they're streamers, whether it will bring something to their channel. I don't know. For me, it's not going to replace my triples anytime soon. The annoying thing is, I do enjoy good quality visuals, and this game does have nice visuals. However, the panel just doesn't lend itself well to displaying them well. What you see looks quite good, but trust me, it's not what I see. What I see is slightly less in quality. However, what you lack in the panel quality, the image quality, it makes up for in terms of the environment and the experience you get from it. And I would suggest anybody try VR, because if you can live with the lack of quality, and we're not talking absolutely horrendous quality now, it's just a noticeable difference. But if you can live with it, then it's a great experience. But there's only one way to find that out for yourself, and that's to try it. There's some games like there's a game Rec Room. The game itself doesn't have amazing graphics, but the graphics it does have suit VR perfectly, because they're basic graphics. They're nothing fancy. There's no loads of details. You know, it's pastel colors and what have you. But it does it in a way where you're not worried about what you're looking at. You can see everything you need to see clearly. You know, so you're doing your paintballing, you're running around, or you're doing your drawing, throwing a ball around, playing, I think golf was one of them I tried. It was a really fun game. Right, where's the lights? Hold on a moment. Might be sitting a bit low here. Who designed those lights up there? I can't see anything. Yay, Michael! No, I haven't. And if it's anything like I get on Dirt Rally, I probably will be sick. Now, I can gladly say I've never been sick, but yeah, you get the queasy feeling, and it's like, okay, I've had enough now, thanks. I gotta admit, I can't see anything past the lights. Well, that lighthouse looks really cool. Oh, hold on, where am I going? Oh, I think I just went the wrong way. Okay. We've done an achievement. Yeah, but if I go down any lower, the wheel, because if I lean forward and put my face on the wheel, my wheel that is, it's pretty much on the wheel in the game. I'm not going to mess around because I'll be changing truck again soon. I think I took the wrong... I didn't take the turning, did I? Oops. Watching films in VR is interesting. I don't know if I could watch a full film, but I've got to admit, the 3D effects in some of the 3D films. You know when you go to the cinema and you've watched a 3D film? I used to go, I've only seen a few in the cinema, and I've always been pretty disappointed with the 3D effect. But some of the films I watched in VR, because you're getting the true 3D, I've been really impressed. And again, it's not about the image quality, it's just about how the images are jumping out towards you. Right, I clearly went the wrong direction or something, didn't I? We're going to have to stop again at these lights. Oh, look at the old cars. That's cool. Why, what's it like on 2D? Any good? I've never seen it. Oh, I think I just clicked my neck. Ah. Come on. At least my mirror's nice and clear. Let's have a look at our job a second, shall we? What have we got? Oh my god, 5 hours 23, we've done nothing. I don't mind Michael Jackson music, not at all. I've never actually sat down and watched a concert video or anything. But there are some 3D videos on YouTube. Tried a few of them out. They were quite good, actually. There's a lot of crap ones as well, don't get me wrong. But if you've seen some 3D trailers for films, they're pretty good to watch. I never actually got round to buying a 3D DVD. Actually, I think I've got a cinema program for VR, and I think it's got Plex integration, so I could always download a film or buy a film online and load it into Plex. I wonder if it's got... No, I don't think it does Netflix integration, but again, I don't think Netflix does 3D. Oh, looks like we've got daylight gonna turn up soon. We can get back to some normality and turn these damn lights off so it doesn't burn your retina out. Yeah, my Plex PC's down at the moment. It's going to go through a rebuild shortly. I just sold the remaining motherboard, CPU and RAM from the old PC, so that's going to be getting an upgrade as soon as. And that may also double up as a streaming PC if I plan it out right. Anyway, I don't know. We'll see about it. Oh, looks like there's going to be a cracking daybreak. That looks so nice. Well, hold on. Too busy looking at the sky. Oh, hello. Fancy a race? Alright, you won. Alright, show off. Charging through. Ah, these lights are going to get me on every single one now, I bet. What have we got? 4 hours 15. Oi, oi, hello? What have we got? 211. Where's my fuel gauge? About halfway. Let me slump down in the chair. Oh, hold it. There's no way this is to scale, because there's no way my legs are fitting between that wheel and that chair. I don't care how skinny you are, that's not going to work. You trap your bits. He's going to pull out of me. No, stay there. Slow down. Nope, he's not slowing down. Sit up a bit more. A bit more comfortable for me now. The lights aren't so glaring. Plex, oh, Plex is awesome. It's a server that you can use to play your backed up movies or your TV series, and it catalogs it all for you. So basically, if I've got like loads of DVDs and Blu-rays, so I just convert them, put them onto hard drive, and then I can just, rather than taking a DVD and putting it into a DVD player, I just have my TVs linked to the Plex server, and as long as my server is online, I can just load up any movie stored on it at any time. I can stream then to multiple sources at the same time. I can stop watching on one device and watch on the next. It's like having your own, you know, BBC iPlayer or on-demand service that you've made. It's a great little tool. Probably should have my lights on, really. That's the one. So yeah, if you're into your movies or your TV series and you've got shed loads of them and you don't want to flick through your DVDs all day long, you can literally just convert your own onto a hard drive. It takes a little bit of time, but once you've done it, and you do need to have quite a bit of storage. I think last time I looked, I haven't got a huge collection, it's on like 10 terabytes or something, but, and that's small because there's people out there with shed loads. Yeah, I did the same with my DVDs, but my Blu-rays I'm keeping. Until, of course, they get replaced by something else, and then I'll probably sell them then. The only problem is if I don't have a backup of mine at the moment, because I lost my backup drive. So if I lose my main drive, I need to convert a load of films again. And that's the thing, so you say something like 10 terabytes and, you know, your average person will think, wow, that's a lot, but in terms of Plex, nah, there's people out there with hundreds. Oh man, these lights. A offshore surfer. Yeah, I don't want to be splashing up that much. How much does that cost? When you're converting Blu-ray, and a lot of people these days, they'll convert a Blu-ray film and keep it as a direct copy rather than encode it for a smaller file size. You're looking on average 30 gig just for a Blu-ray movie. And that's just the movie without the extras. If you add the extras in, you could be going from 30 gig to 50 gig per disc. So, yeah. If you're going to keep a straightforward copy of a Blu-ray, you need the room. Otherwise, you convert it, you rip it, and then you convert it and down sample it, maybe looking around 10-12 gig or less, depending on how much quality you want to lose when you convert it. But if it was me, I probably wouldn't go below 10 gig a file. But I've stopped converting now. I just literally, if I do it now, it's going to be just take the film and leave it straight. Oh, stay there. But I must admit, a lot of my stuff I've stopped now, because a lot of the films I'm getting now, they're on Amazon Prime, so I just buy the film and stream it direct. And a lot of the times the films are cheaper to do that way anyway, because, you know, if you buy a film, you're looking at, say, a Blu-ray costing you 13, 15 quid. But if you wait a month or two on Amazon, you can pick it up for like 7 to 9 quid. So I try to just go for a film a month. And plus it means I'm not saving it to my hard drive and I'm not adding to the storage. Oh, I'm turning lanes anyway, jeez. I should have looked at the map before I went into the lane. Oh, come on. I've got to admit, the one thing you do get from VR, especially when you're playing ATS, is a sense of scale. Because I do feel like I'm way bigger than that truck down there, which is awesome. Fire truck! Oh man. Stick your head up. What have we got behind us? Hello! I wish I had a neck of an owl. That would be so much easier. Speed of 45. Or can we beat that? I think we can. I think. Wait, are the speed signs in America in kilometers or miles? I think I'm in miles, aren't they? Wait there. Jeez. I swear that was going to pull out on me then. What have we got left? Let's have a look. 2 hours and 15. Wait a minute. 114 fuel wise. Yeah, we shouldn't have fuel. I don't know why, but when I look at the mirror looks cleaner than when I look at the window. Oh, what? Jeez. Let's kind of lay back and enjoy the ride. Oh, check out the chrome. Oh yeah. Gotta admit. Yeah, I know, it's really weird. I'm guessing it's because they're closer, and I've specified the resolution on the mirrors to be high. Now, if I could apply that effect to the whole game, and this is what I was mentioning, I don't know if you saw earlier when I was talking early on in the game, I did mention that I may try and boost the resolution, because right now, in the Steam VR settings, I've got the resolution of the game set to its base level. I haven't really enhanced it, so I think in the next stream I'll try adding an extra 50% on the resolution scale and see if that helps clear up the more to do with the scenery in the distance. Because if I can get everything to look like that, I think I'd be happy. I just don't know how much more taxing that's going to be on the PC, you know? No, base level is still quite high. I'd have to look at the Steam VR settings, but it does tell you the resolution that the base level is, like 100%. Most people run anywhere between, say, 150 to 200%, but it depends on the game you're playing. You know, if you've got a simple game, you can put it to like 200% extra, and I'm sure the resolution's almost like 3000 by something. He's probably still talking about 1000 odd in terms of resolution by something, but I just can't remember the figures off the top of my head. Plus, I'm also using Steam. Steam VR have recently launched a smoothing effect to help smooth up the frames by adding extra frames when it's dropped. I'm running that at the moment just to see what it's like, and it does a pretty good job, to be honest. There's a little bit of shimmering with it now and again, but in the most part, for this game, because it's not amazingly fast, it does a good job. In other race games that I've tried in the past, the smoothing can cause too many artifacts. So if you've got a slow to average pace game, should be good, really. Do you know, I look at the dash in this truck and I think, wouldn't it be cool to have that dash on your rig? That would be brilliant. Imagine getting all those gauges working as well. Whoops, hold on. Sorry, not paying attention. Let's get back to concentrating. We're going to nip round while there's a bit of... Uh-oh. I was going to say clean road. That might be a problem. Oh, don't slow down. Oh, gutted. There's some very clever people out there. Although I said it might be cool, I don't know if I could live with it. Because unless you're really good, you know, you're like a coachwork builder thing, or person, then yeah, go for it. But I don't think my handyman skills are that good. I know there's a streamer who's done a BMW dash. I'm impressed with that. That looks cool. I've always thought I wouldn't mind having a go at doing that, but again, it's a lot of work that I personally can't be bothered with. Thank you, Mr. Policeman. I'll just go past him. And for good measure, he tries to nick me. Oh, cool. Let's have a look at that, shall we? Can we? See, you don't get things like that. Well, if you do get these in ETS, you never see them. That looks pretty cool. Yeah, there's a general area in Discord. You can post them there, it's not a problem. There's a tech-related area, so you could always post them there as well if it's tech-related at the end of the day. Maybe I'll make a new one, Simrig. Yeah, that's one, Extra Mile, that's the name. I can never remember his name, I don't know why. He does some good videos. I think I got their effects turned up slightly in the game with the wheels just vibrating on its own. Oh, right, we're here. That was quick. Are we down here? I believe we are. Oh, look at the length of this trailer. Jesus, I'm going to be up against the wall now. Tell you what, there's some really good videos out there of people who do the oh, what do you call them again? They use a green screen, so they kind of superimpose their hands and wheel into the car. There's a couple I've seen where they do the same kind of thing but in rally, and it's like, wow, you know what, how the hell do they do that? Because it looks so convincing. Alright, this is going to be a right chore for me. Don't know if I'm going to be able to turn this round. Just about. That's a tight one. There isn't a lot to maneuver around here, is there? Need a little bit more room. Right. Let's have a look at this, shall we? The length of this trailer is something stupid. It's going round okay so far. Oh, hold on, I may have overcooked it. Oh, I think we squeezed it in. That's the one, mixed reality. Really clever when they do that. And it looks so convincing sometimes, especially I'd really enjoy the rally ones. I've always thought, oh, I'd love to have a go at that, but then it's like, well, where the devil do I hang this green screen and film it? Ah, man, we've got a bit more time. Let's do another job. We'll have to be a relatively short one. What are we gonna do? What if we go for all-terrain crane, 35 tons, rail export. 17 tons. That's 500. Something with a bit of power this time would be nice. Maybe that one. 15 tons of cheese? God, imagine the smell of that. Yeah, I think I've done that run. Wonder if that could be interesting, because that's right on the border area. And that is about 7 hours. Tempted by that one. That's a different track. Let's have a go, shall we? See what we get. Ooh, that bit's a bit off-putting. Oi, oi. We're in. Just good to be able to look around and just see what the truck is like. Hold on. Just lean out, shall we, and have a look. Oh, right then. You didn't mod it that much then. What's next? Jet powered? Ooh, like a little Christmas tree. Oh look, there's the red dial. And it's on my steering wheel. Why are you doing over there? Anywho, where's the fuel gauge? Nearly full. Onward to the next job. Well, we're not checking, we're going straight out. Well, you got a trailer big enough behind you, you just need to make it rigid. Maybe a couple of spoilers, a couple of wings, you know, for that added ground force effect, so you can keep it down on the ground. And a really big parachute, not to slow you down, but as an eject button when you're going to crash. And you get boosted out of the top of the truck and float back down to the ground. At least that's the idea. See, now this one's got a really nice big window. This is it. The dash is not too cluttered. You know what's really silly is, you see this window edge by here, that's like big enough to put your shoulder or your elbow on. It's really tempting to do that, but I can't because there's nothing there. I'll have to build a little wooden ledge and put it next to me so I can put my elbow on it and feel like I'm in the truck with my elbow out. Hooray! So how are we doing? 7 hours and 6. 381 miles to travel. Should go fairly swiftly if we get some decent motorway mileage out of this. Yeah, I know. It's like, what's this? Whoop! Can't lean on that one. It is that convincing sometimes. You do think, oh, I'll just put my elbow there, and you can't because there's just nothing there. It's like when I put my head out to look down the back of the truck. I've got to be careful because obviously my screens are right next to me as well. So there's been a few occasions where I've tried that in the past, and I've headbutted the screen. Gotta be careful, don't want to damage the screen. Just a detail to do. I mean, if I'm getting close. Oh, much detail. Getting a little bit glitchy there because I was moving out of the sight of the sensor, which is directly above me. But even the texture on the wheel, you can see all of that. Come on, get up. See, look, that's another road that's not on the map. That looks really like it could be some fun. And it goes down past the river as well. And all we get to do is drive straight over it. Whoa. Could feel that little rise in the road then, just from looking in VR. No, ATS, where's that then? ATS racetrack. I think somebody mentioned it before. It rings a bell, but to be honest, I don't know much about it at all. Well, I don't know anything, to be honest. Where is it? Is it like a certain location in the game, or...? Ah, that's one I'll have to keep an eye out for then. What is it? They mapped a circuit or something now, have they? Ah, don't stop. Jeez, nearly hit them. Oh, he's flying in his balloon. And we've got a gun. Shoot him down. Oh, that was close. Well, if I'm swinging by that way, I'll have to see if I can find it. Oh man, I got an itchy nose. That's so annoying in VR. Ow. Can't quite scratch it. So yeah, I was saying earlier that there's a guy on eBay who sells replacement lenses for the Vive. They come out of like a Gear VR or a Samsung Gear VR, I think it is. Or a Google VR, I can't remember which one it is anyway. But they take the lenses out. They 3D print a lens holder to fit the Vive lens area. You get a screwdriver, you pop the VR lenses or the Vive lenses out, push these ones in, and these are a clear lens. So it kind of gets rid of the Fresnel effect where you get things like God rays. But when you do this, it changes how the image is displayed on the lens. So you kind of got to go into a file somewhere and edit that file to correct the slight distortion you would get. The lens looks slightly smaller. I'm not sure whether it would give you a smaller image overall, but supposedly the sweet spot for your eye per lens is bigger than what the Vive does. So I'm really tempted, because these lenses are like 30, 35, 38 quid off eBay. I'll have to look at the video to see how easy it is to remove the lens, because if it's easy to pop out and pop back in with minimal damage, might be worth trying out. No, just the Vive uses what's called a Fresnel lens, which the lens has got like loads of little ridges which bends the light. Those, the way that lens has been developed, it's meant to try and help with the screen door effect and things like that, but there's a drawback to it, because it creates another effect, which is things like God rays, where you'll get streaks of light generated. Now in something like this, daytime, you don't really tend to notice it, but where you've got an all black image with maybe a white dot appearing, as you move your head around, you would see light streaks appearing. It's kind of minimal. Some people notice it more than others aren't bothered by it, others are. To me, I notice the Fresnel lens in my peripheral vision. If I'm looking dead ahead, I can kind of see the lines of the lens. Hello there, how you doing? So it's a cheap mod anyway, which a lot of people seem to think will improve, or does improve, the look in the Vive. I mean, I've tried a PSVR which uses a similar lens, and it is a clear image in the PSVR. Kind of tempted to try it, because if it gives me a similar clear image on the Vive, and so therefore what I'm thinking, it gives you a little bit more clarity, that's not going to squeeze. It may actually work. It may be good. Not English only, sorry. It not so much goes. Think of it as like anti-aliasing. It's like you're putting a sheet of paper or a sheet of something over the screen to smooth out the image, but when you take it off, it becomes more clear, but you may notice more of the jaggies. No, English only. Sorry. So yeah, for the price of 38 quid, call it 40 quid, It's really tempting to try them out because they're ready-made. They've already in the lens holder. All you do is buy them, pop out your old lens, push the new one in. A lot of people seem to think it's good. And if it releases a little bit more life from this headset, because I've had it a long time now, because the only way I'm going to get more clarity is if I change the headset completely and go for something like an Odyssey. No Minecraft. Only trucking. Or driving. And this is the problem with ATS, long roads. They just need to put more roads in with a bit more twisties and some good scenery. I mean, not to say this isn't nice scenery, but it's a bit bland, you know? But that can't be helped because that's what it is at the end of the day. Bye-bye! Hey, we got a bypass. Lovely. No stopping at the way station for me. So, yeah, when you're driving, if you didn't know, if you've got to go into the way station, as long as you see a green light, you can bypass it. If you get a red light, you got to go in. Fuel-wise, halfway. We should be good. Let's have a look. 137 miles to go, 2 hours. That's going pretty good. Looks like it's all pretty much straight roads, so the time is flying by. Oh. An open fuel station. That's a hell of a rock face. Don't want to clip on that one, do you? You would? Why would you play this one over ETS? I mean, I guess the game itself, I think it runs slightly better than ETS. Visually, I don't think it's as nice as ETS. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the game. I do wish there was more, but when you think about it, this game is a lot younger than ETS at the end of the day. Tell you what, it is more challenging when it comes to parking because the length of the trailers you get, and you get similar size areas to park in. It's like, whoa, how the devil are you supposed to do that? So if you want challenging parking scenarios, yeah, ATS hands down wins, because the trucks are a pain to park. They're not as maneuverable from what I can tell, and the trailers tend to be that much longer that it does make it a lot more challenging. See, I'm the opposite Rain. I've got like 800 hours on ETS. I got no idea what I've got on ATS. Small amount in comparison. But again, this is the reason why I started doing the VR videos, because I thought, one, it'll help me with VR, two, it'll help me play ATS more. What was that? I'm sure something just flashed up then. Or was it just seeing things? Ah, we're going to Idaho. Hi-ho! Oh wow, that looks kind of interesting. Wonder what that is down there. Can't quite see. I need binoculars. They're still trucking. They need to get some rat cars in here. All the grunged up ones. You know what? They should. I do wish, you know, like you get the monitor version. You know, you can click a mouse button, you can zoom in. I don't know why they don't offer a zoom, especially for parking. Just imagine, you turn your head, you can zoom in on the mirror, get more detail. Or over there, that one especially, that mirror for parking, it's such a waste. I can see it, but to actually see, I mean, sometimes I'm leaning over as far as I can, just to improve the clarity. It's like, if they did a zoom function, it would be so much better. Look out, we're coming in way hot. We're not turning here just yet. We're going where he is, I think. Oh yeah, thought it was a dead end, but it's not. Madman, come in! Oh, there's only so I'm hanging on to the wheel just to look, and I got to be careful because obviously my monitors are next to me as well. So there's only so far I can go. So if they implemented a zoom feature, you know, map a button, press it, and it zooms you into wherever you're looking, I'd love that feature. I think it would suit this game to have it, and have say 2 different zoom levels. Press it twice, press it once, press it twice, zoom in again. A bit like what they do with these ones. You know, you can pop these up and it helps a little bit, but it's not much better. We are straight out. Just around the corner now. Forget the lights. Yeah, we didn't get had. So we're coming up We're taking the next left. Should be here. And then we're taking left again. If it's not this one, it'll be at the next one. Oh cool, look at the Jeep. I just went past it. We'll swing it round. Oh, this looks like it's going to be tight. Oh. No, that's my wipers. That's the wrong button. That one. Right. Oh, hold on. Let's knock that off a second. Where's it going? Ah, oh, crap, it's going over there. Let's reverse it up a bit. Whoop, wrong way. Gotta watch that wall. Now I've got to watch the front of the truck. Oh my god, this thing's huge. Okay, straighten her out a bit and let's go backwards. Watch the pole. I think I've gone a little bit too shallow. Yeah. Nearly, straighten up. This one's gonna be a little awkward. You need to get it right the way in, which I think is about there, and then try it. No, we're not even in, are we? What the hell? I'm gonna get up the truck now. Ow! I just hit my controller. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's the one thing I didn't want to hit. How the devil did I get that page up? Thank you. Right then, let's try that again. How was your parking in ATS? Right. Actually, I'm going to check a setting in a moment. Screen's going to go really fuzzy. Hopefully that didn't break chat. I just realised I didn't have the force feedback set correctly, because my wheel was really stiff for parking. Let's try that again, shall we? Still on race room setup. Right, why is it not going into this area? I think it's catching by there, you see. Yeah, that's what it is. I know I can park better when I'm not in VR, but right now it's a real struggle. I do find it really challenging in VR. Actually, I wonder if I can swing it by here. Oh look, we're in. I'll take it. My god, quick, run. Just do it and get out. Yay! Oh, there we are. Only some small runs today. We're not going to make a lot of money by doing it, but we've gone up, what, at least 10,000 or so. The unfortunate thing is, because I don't have the time tonight, it's going to be small runs. But hopefully, I may try and crack on with doing these videos on a Sunday morning. No, not Sunday morning, Saturday morning. What am I on about? We'll see though. I've got to really look at my time scale and see what I've got set. Look at the detail on the truck tires though. That looks really cool. It's a shame you can't just get up and walk around the truck. I mean, not in this part anyway. Can you? Anyway, so what we're going to do, we're going to leave this there. I'm going to end the stream here. Thanks for watching. If you can leave a like and subscribe, like the video as much as you can, to be honest, because that'll help boost the channel anyway, because I want to try and get the channel growing in some form. If anybody's still watching out there. Off-key, I will speak to you soon. And yeah, as always, guys, I'll see you in the next video. So I'll be back tomorrow playing who knows what. We'll find out tomorrow, I guess. So take care and see you soon.